What's up? Wednesday, September 21st. Welcome to the Bat X Release Show on Covers. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. Great to see everybody in the chat. Coming off an ugly Tuesday. 3 games by the hook. Pablo didn't get a strikeout in the first 2 frames. Waino goes 6 innings, 110 pitches. We just obviously didn't have luck on our side, and that follows off a Friday that I thought we had probably the best closing line value of the season. Variance is not our friend right now, Derek.
No, it's really not. I mean, there's nothing you can say. We're getting unlucky. It's a handful of picks, and hopefully we're gonna get luck back on our side, because like you saw the show yesterday, like every time we went to place a bet, the line had already moved. Like, we're on the right side of these things. Like, the projections are there. It's just
the Gibson one. The Gibson one was looking good because they were sacrificing him in a game, and they're just like, "We'll just eat some innings here first. We'll save the bullpen." And then all of a sudden, Stripling blows up, and that game gets close, and then they have to pull Gibson, but they were going to leave him in, even though he allowed like 10 runs.
Yeah, he probably would have stayed in another inning or two and gotten there. And Pablo, man, like, I thought we had. I think he had 6 strikeouts at the 5-inning mark. He pitches another 2 innings and doesn't get a single other one. Like, come on.
Yeah, but let's get right to it because, again, market's moving as it always is at this time. Release procedure. This is how we do things over here. If you're new to the show, we'll tell you what book we're betting at that has the best price. Secondary, tertiary books where also similar prices are. Then we'll tell you what game we're betting on, give you some time, find the game. We'll follow that up by telling you the market we're betting on, again, giving you some time, find it, and then we'll release all 3 at the same time. There are no psychouts, there are no fakes, just the play. That will be the play, the player, and the over-under. So let's get right to it. 4 plays today, I believe, Derek, so let's get right to them.
Yep, let's do it.
Fantastic. So apologize if these lines move again mid-show, so we'll make sure that we check the prices before we release here. So release number 1, we're over at BetMGM. And this book is a little more specific. If you're not a BetMGM, wait for projections. But MGM's hanging a funny number here and certainly is the best on the board. Minnesota at Kansas City. Twins at the Royals. Find that game. Prop market we're looking for is strikeouts. Pitcher strikeouts.
Oh my God, they're giving us a better number.
Yeah, I sent you in that text. It's gone the other way. Well, the market's gone the other way. This one's funny. So let's get this out. Daniel Lynch over 4.5 Ks plus 120. Daniel Lynch over 4.5 Ks plus 120. BetMGM went from plus 115 to plus 120, while other books, basically every other book in the market, is
went
at
the other
even
way.
money.
Yeah, they're even money or in the negatives every other book. So yeah, love this.
Belinsky DK plus 105. Let's get the projection quickly if people can't find this at DK or MGM.
Yep, the projection's 5.5. So full strikeout
Plus
above
money.
At plus 120 is great. It's okay at even money or a little negative. If you can get it plus money, it's great.
Good. Like I said, market is mostly less than even money. He just saw the Twins. This is a funny one. So usually when someone does good against a team, you think that the correction goes the other way in the next matchup as teams make adjustments. But Lynch had 8 strikeouts over 5 innings, but the Twins also had 7 hits. So both people in this matchup will go in there probably not making crazy adjustments. He missed a ton of bats. This is roughly a K per inning pitcher. Who's projected to get roughly over 18 outs, I would think, today. No, Derek?
That's about where the bat has him. Having just seen Minnesota does work against him generally, but I still think this is a good play.
Okay, so Daniel Lynch over 4.5 plus 120. Great price at BetMGM. 832. Don't forget to ride that 832 LD Yanks. That's a nice limit at MGM. Means you're probably doing something right at that book. Yeah. So jumping over to release number 2, we are over at DK. Secondary prices at Caesars and Coolbet. And we're going to the West Coast. We're going back to Petco, St. Louis at San Diego. Cardinals, Padres. Prop market we're looking at is pitcher strikeouts. Pitcher strikeouts. If that's perfect. There we go. Love to see our numbers still there. So let's get that out right now for release number 2. San Diego's Blake Snell over 6.5 strikeouts plus 110. Let us know where it is. Let us know what you're getting at. Let us know if you're getting more than $8.32 down on your bets. So, apologize, Yanks. But here we go. Blake Snell. This is a good number. We see the market going the other way here. Derek. He's really heated up, really heating up down the stretch here. 54 Ks over his last 7 starts that span 34 innings. I mean, we talked about this St. Louis lineup yesterday, but the back end of this St. Louis lineup is not very strong. There's a reason why Arenado and Goldschmidt are at the top for MVP races in the NL. Roughly, I would assume a strong leash here with a playoff push, 95 to 105 pitches, somewhere in that.
Yep, the bat's projecting 103. So it's a tough matchup. You know, the Cardinals are a good offense. They're a low strikeout offense. But Snell's a good pitcher. He has a long leash. There's an extreme pitcher's umpire in this game. It's some of the best pitching weather. So kind of all those like secondary factors are really working in his favor today. And again, market dynamics are in our favor. It's been kind of moving in our direction all morning. You know, a lot of books have this, you know, minus 108, minus 110. So at plus 110, I like it.
Kurt Leister says Superbook plus 118, plus 104. Emperor, someone says no unit shaming. Certainly no unit shaming on this program. No double entendre intended there, but wasn't unit shaming his price. He's just limited to 832. Whether or not, I'm sure if he's limited to 832, that's a lot shorter than his actual play unit. So Jake says, what is the K projection here for Snell?
Yeah, the K projection is 7.6.
7.6. So similar to Lynch, plus money, full strikeout ahead of projection.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, we're moving on from Blake Snell on the West Coast, going to one of the early games, a little afternoon action here. We are at BetMGM. This is pretty widely available. The game in question, Mets at the Brewers. I believe it's the 2:10 start. Mets at the Brewers. Find your game. Head over to the prop market. We are pitcher strikeouts. Making sure everything's still there. It is for release number 3. We are going back to Adrian Hauser over 2.5 Ks plus 100. Let us know where you got it. I mean, afternoon game, usually get a weaker lineup, face a weaker lineup. It's tough as an MLB pitcher not to go 15, 16, 17 outs and flirt with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah. I mean, Hauser's not a big strikeout guy. He's not like an elite pitcher by any means. It's another one where the matchup is tough. He's facing a good offense, low strikeout offense. But 2.5 is too low. The bat's projecting
even money, yeah.
The bat's projecting 3.5. We're getting it at even money. I saw Pinnacle earlier had this minus 159. So like it's a really good number. The projection is basically a full strikeout above. And you know, we just have to hope that, you know, basically through volume, he's just going to get 3.
Yeah, not often you see 2.5s, and like you said, the Pinnacle price, that's usually where the 2.5s are, just for anyone who's projected to go 15 outs. So there we are, another full projection, even or plus money. Adrian Hauser over 2.5 Ks. Last release of the day, heading over to DK. This was the last one we added. Game in question, Minnesota at Kansas City. Prop market, pitcher outs. And find it. Let's make sure our number is still there before we send her out. I believe it is. Yes, it is. For the final release today for Wednesday, September 21st, we are going KC Daniel Lynch over 15.5 outs, minus 115. Double dipping on Daniel. That's what we're doing here. Mostly less than even money here. I mean, what's the projection? We saw the projection for strikeouts. There's obviously a correlation here, but what do we have for projected outs?
The bat's projecting almost 19 outs here, so
Woo.
it's a lot of value on this number. I don't love double dipping and kind of having that, that variance between the two bets tied together with the run we've been on lately, but the value's there. We're not going to change up the process. Like, this is a good bet. They're both independently good bets, and so, hopefully we get them.
Fantastic. So
I think we lost Josh. I see a comment in the chat from Johan Eden. It looks like lots of over bets. The reason for that, and you'll kind of notice earlier in the year and later in the year, we tend to see more over bets for pitchers on strikeouts and outs because of weather and those types of dynamics. Basically, aren't really great.
Oh, we're losing everybody.
Josh is back. I was talking about how someone mentioned how we're doing a lot of over bets lately, and I was saying how markets aren't great at accounting for weather. And now that we're later in the year, it's cooled off a little bit in most places, and so that's going to support more over bets. In the middle of the summer, we were giving out more under bets because it was hot everywhere, and even though books kind of account for this a little bit, they really don't do it fully because we see more over bets right now, and we were seeing more under bets, a month or two ago.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I would assume 9 of 10, every 9 of 10 bets were on the market side. I don't know. There's on these release shows, there is some look into whether the closing line value is based on the number of bets that are getting through on the release, but we're already jumping on markets that were moving before we bet them, which is an important part. So let's recap today. We are on Daniel Lynch over 4.5 Ks plus 120. Then we went Blake Snell over 6.5 plus 110. Adrian Hauser over 2.5 Ks, even money. And then Daniel Lynch over 15.5 outs minus 115. Sorry for cutting out there. We'll be back here Friday, but you can catch Derek and I doing the blitz projection for Thursday night football as we look to go on that great run of Derek's NFL projections. Knowing the difference between a lean and a play has really put money into my pocket. So blitz projection for Thursday, Bat X release for Friday. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. Help the boys out here if you learned something or if you're making some money. We'll see you back here Friday at 11 a.m.